I'm Lynn Green, the chemist, and this is Precise Science. Peace, everybody. So, as many of you may or may not know, just last week I recently relocated to Costa Rica. There were a lot of reasons for me doing this that sort of inspired this drastic change in my life, and the primary reason for me was me basically keeping my money, the majority of my money. Of course, taxes and everything are the same if you are a taxable person. In the United States, definitely it's the same for you, so I don't want to make anyone believe that they're going to avoid taxes or anything like that by relocating. However, I get to keep the majority of my money at the end of each month, and that was what made the most sense to me. That was what compelled me to relocate. So as many of you may or may not also know, I am a cryptocurrency consultant, a fintech expert or financial technology expert, and I consult people on different types of cryptocurrency, different types of technologies, the like. So I like to keep the money that I earn, and for that reason, I decided to move to a country where the cost of living was a lot cheaper. I could get the whole shebang, in fact, even better than I got in the United States, for a lot less money, and I could actually enjoy my life, actually take 3 to 4 days off per week and travel and experience life in such a way that most of us would like to. So we talk about buying back our time in the United States, but we think of it as having to make more money instead of looking at ways where we can spend less money. I know a lot of people are very afraid of leaving their families or their loved ones, but I will tell you, especially with this younger generation, the Generation Z and the millennials, we are the ones leading our elders at this point in many ways. Of course, our elders deserve all due respect, but in a lot of ways, we are setting trends for our elders to free our communities in their entirety. So for that reason, I think that if we leave, a lot of us, if we leave, what we'll find is that our families will follow us. There's no reason for us to be in a place, in a state, in a situation where we are in perpetual struggle and we're constantly counting our last in order to make things work in our lives. That is not anything that gives us longevity. It isn't anything that improves our health, and it's just not fun, right? So that was my reason for moving here. But what I found with a lot of people was they kind of felt like, hey, you do consulting. You know, you work from home anyway. You don't have to punch a clock or go in anywhere. You don't have to report to anyone. So what about me? I actually have to do those things. How can I move and continue to earn income, high income, high yields of income, and, you know, live the way that you're saying that I can live? And I really had to, you know, give credit to the people who put this in front of me, because I just assumed, and I don't mind admitting my faults and my shortcomings, right? I just assumed that, you know, everybody's working from home. You can bring your work from home over here, but what about people who want to leave their jobs? Or what about people whose jobs require them to report every so often and not just every few months? They require them to report at least once a week. What are they going to do? How can they replace their jobs for something else? So that is why I wanted to speak to you today about NFTs. NFTs stand for Non-Fungible Tokens. They are an aspect of cryptocurrency, but you do not, I repeat, you do not have to understand cryptocurrency and all of the financial technology behind this stuff in order to start making money right away. However, it is highly, highly suggested that you do learn as much as you can about cryptocurrency, but you do not have to know about cryptocurrency to get into the NFT game and to start making money in the NFT game. All right, so I would like to speak to you about a few ways that you can make money with NFTs, what they are, and some examples of big names who are already in NFTs quietly because they don't really want you to know about it, how you can get in and start making some money too. So let's get right into it. In fact, this frenzy around NFTs actually turned a 21-year-old student in Canada into a millionaire in weeks after he sold off some of his digital paintings. But listen, there aren't all success stories in the NFT space. In fact, there are a lot of people who have tried to become millionaires from NFTs and have failed. So I don't want to give you any type of impression that this stuff is just cut and dry, easy, as long as you jump in, you'll jump out a millionaire. In fact, a lot of people believe that this is a bubble, and I would be sort of inclined to say the same thing. On the other hand, there are even people who are heavy in the NFT space who feel like its current state is a bubble. I'm of the same mind and inclined to believe that a lot of these artworks are not going to continue selling for tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars. But that doesn't mean that NFTs aren't the future. However, even Beeple, the artist who I told you just sold an NFT for $69 million, feels like the NFT state is currently in a bubble. Beeple called the current cryptocurrency art boom surrounding NFTs an irrational exuberance bubble. For instance, 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady, who's launching his own NFT company called Autograph this spring. This company will bring together some of the biggest names in sports, entertainment, fashion, pop culture, and other industries in order to create digital collectibles in the NFT space. CNN states that this project will bring groundbreaking experiences to fans and collectors around the world. And then there's Jay-Z, who's creating a limited 3D edition hip-hop legends NFT. There are only 10 minted Jay-Z limited 3D edition collectible cards that Jay-Z has released through this project. And then you have Jay-Z's former rival, the infamous Nas, who's partnered with the CEO of Dapper Labs to back Sports Icon, which just recently launched to deliver NFTs bundled with exclusive athlete content. Sports Icon is only going to be putting out 10 to 20 NFTs. And I want you to understand, this is the scarcity game. So the more limited an NFT, the higher in value that it skyrockets. Some NFTs even come with experiences. In the case of Sports Icon, they're going to allow the people who buy their NFTs to get 2-hour masterclasses that will give fans access to the mental and physical training that athletes endure in order to get themselves up to speed. Some other big names in the NFT space are Tory Lanez, who released his last album as an NFT, Kings of Leon, who allowed their fans to have exclusive backstage VIP experiences from purchasing one of their NFTs, 2 Chainz, Lil Baby, and Quavo, who recently sold digital basketballs for as much as $20,000. In this case, though, the very high digital basketballs actually came with the physical basketball, too. WuTang Clan, Mark Cuban, who's a heavy investor in NBA Top Shot, an NBA-backed digital collectible company where fans can buy packs of digital moments, anywhere from 3 to 10 digital moments at a time for as little as $9 for the entire pack, and sell each one of those cards from anywhere from $9 to thousands of dollars. So I'm telling you, it's very easy to get into this game, very easy to make a lot of money in this game, but you should do your due diligence. So it sounds kind of preposterous to a lot of people. A bunch of individuals sitting around buying digital items that they can never actually put their hands on. In most cases. Because as I said, some of those items actually come with a physical copy. Or they're already physical and registered on the blockchain as true and unique copies. Beeple, a hot NFT artist in the space, just sold an NFT for as much as $69 million. And we see trends like this every day. People sell their NFTs for tens of thousands of dollars that they only bought for a couple hundred, if that. In fact, this frenzy around NFTs actually turned a 21-year-old student in Canada into a millionaire in weeks after he sold off some of his digital paintings. But listen, there aren't all success stories in the NFT space. In fact, there are a lot of people who have tried to become millionaires from NFTs and have failed. So I don't want to give you any type of impression that this stuff is just cut and dry, easy, as long as you jump in, you'll jump out a millionaire. In fact, a lot of people believe that this is a bubble, and I would be sort of inclined to say the same thing. On the other hand, there are even people who are heavy in the NFT space who feel like its current state is a bubble. I'm of the same mind and inclined to believe that a lot of these artworks are not going to continue selling for tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars. But that doesn't mean that NFTs aren't the future. However, even Beeple, the artist who I told you just sold an NFT for $69 million, feels like the NFT state is currently in a bubble. Beeple called the current cryptocurrency art boom surrounding NFTs an irrational exuberance bubble. He said that this is for people who are looking to take risks because a lot of this stuff will absolutely go to zero. And again, I agree to an extent. But also, I look at other examples of physical art, but art nonetheless, and collectors who pay inordinate amounts of money for it. I mean, Basquiat, who I know is now deceased, sold his first painting for $200 in 1981 to singer Debbie Harry of Blondie. But in May of 2017, one of his pieces sold for $110.5 million. And I know this does have a lot to do with his passing, but also with how extraordinary his art is. And in 2017 is when the first NFT was created. Now imagine that someone takes Basquiat's art and verifies it on the blockchain. 110 million is really low, all things considered. The bottom line is, even though the NFT space may be in a bubble currently, it is the future. And the early adopters in this space are going to be making a lot of money in the next few years, even when the market corrects itself. Especially when the market corrects itself, because this will be a more stable generation of income for them. Companies are already implementing this type of technology, not just cryptocurrency, but non-fungible tokens in order to keep up with their inventory, to authenticate products, all types of stuff. And there are various ways to learn how to make money in this space, and I mean a lot of it, without having to start with a lot, as little as $50 to $100. So if you're one of those people who want to learn how to leverage the NFT space and make a good amount of money doing so that you can also move out of the country, all you got to do is let me know. In fact, I'll put a link to my calendar into the description, and we can talk about what your goals, plans, and aspirations are and how you can get started making good money in the NFT space. Listen, I know the video was short this week, but I wanted to get this information out because it's hot off the press. People are taking off with these NFTs, and I want to make sure that my people, my community, gets access to the same type of opportunities as everyone else. So remember, as always, to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you know anything about the NFT space that I skipped over, or maybe I was inaccurate about, that's cool, I make mistakes, share that in the comments too. Also, if there's anything that you'd like for me to build on or speak about involving cryptocurrency, relationships, manifestation, mental magic, any of that, you can let me know as well. For my next video, I'll be talking about the things that you need to bring with you if you're going to be moving out of the country and what that looks like. Everything you should pack in your suitcase, everything you should expect at the airport. I mean, the whole kit and caboodle, all right? So until next time, remember, you are divine. It is your time. That is not just something I say that rhymes. Peace.